going? Let's talk about a little Week 5 NFL update. How did the algorithm do this week? Pretty darn well. And we still have a game on Tuesday. We're going to have football like every day that ends in Y, it seems like, due to all the, COVID moving everything around and football trying to figure out how to get it done. They do seem to have teams playing on all sorts of different days, so I imagine that's going to happen. My prediction was that the Super Bowl is going to happen on St. Patrick's Day. We'll see if that ends up coming true, but I do think that they will get through the season the way things are going. So let's talk about Week 5. What happened? Well, we went 9-4 when it comes to win strength, and we also went 9-4 when it comes to point projections, even though some of those games are different games that we won. I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out this week. As I said, as we get deeper into the season, this thing becomes more reliable. We have been doing this so long that I can, accurately say that that's what's going to happen. So here in this week, let's talk about, all the games going downward, and then we're going to talk about the Buffalo-Tennessee game, which is on Tuesday. But let's blow through this real fast. So like I said, 9-4, really good. Chiefs lost to the Raiders. I mean, oh well, it's going to happen. Chiefs are still a great team, so that happened. The Colts lost to the Browns. This one I kind of would like to have back. They're at 32% win score percentage. That is over 20. I mean, you want to take, I took them. I took them and lost. Point projections and everything. I don't know what happened. I guess Cleveland at home is just waking up and a little bit stronger than normal. So we'll figure out what happens next week. Indianapolis, sometimes it's a tough team to predict. They lost to Jacksonville in week 1. Now they don't, they won a couple games recently and they lose to the Browns. So I don't know, tough loss there. The Bucks and the Bears is fine because the point projection here had the Bears. Anytime you get below 20-ish% around down here, that means that this team is not really all that favored to win. So this is what I really like seeing. Why do you like seeing nose here, Ken? I'll tell you why you like seeing nose. You like seeing nose when it says this team is covering the spread over here. Spread being, this number way over here. If this team is covering the spread and actually wins the game and covers whatever the spread was, then this will be yes here. But what did I just say? I said teams that are down here below 20%-ish, around 20% below, are not really that favored. Look at this. Look at the 4 times that this other team covers the spread. It's this team that wins, and that means the file's working well. It's saying these weren't really strong games, so you'd want to take the opposing team with the points, except for Miami, because Miami, which by the way, it said this yes is fine here. According to point projections, we did want Miami because you get 8 points with Miami. So I mentioned that in the video. So really, you could have hit all 5 of these games. Maybe the Jacksonville game, you would have had, no, it says take Houston by points. Like you really should have had, although Houston was a favorite. This is the only tough one, but the other ones, Bears, Giants, Chargers, and Miami, you would take them with the points and you would have won. So that's good there. And Carolina is an underdog and they win. We weren't the only person that had that underdog, but I heard a lot of people mentioning them, but they probably watched our first video and said take Carolina. They went all the way across, so that's good. And of course, poor Dak Prescott. Man, I watched that game and saw his ankle. The announcer goes, when Dak Prescott's leg is hanging out, and they're like, "Boy, you hope that's a cramp." And I'm like, "Man, you are not watching the screen if you think that's a cramp." Dak is looking down, being like, "Dude, my ankle is falling off. Like, what are we gonna do?" So sad. Oh man, just kind of almost tore me up. It was a rough weekend watching. I just turned it off, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't deal for a few minutes. Just like you hate to see the contract. Oh God, it's just a horrible story, and it just hurts. So apparently a great guy as well. So all right, what else we got to talk about? Point projections. We're also really pretty good at 9-4. Can't do anything about the Chiefs. Couldn't do anything about the Colts. But here we had the Chargers almost won a game. This game happened tonight. Chargers were up. They're doing this. They're like the Falcons of the West. They keep blowing games late. So they cover the spread, the Chargers do. We had them winning this game by point projections, and they almost did win. They ended up losing it late to Drew Brees somehow pulling it out. So really good week. Let's talk about the other game that's happening on Tuesday. That is Buffalo. This part isn't done yet. I don't have the updated injury report in here because I don't want to mess with it, but I'll send it to you if you want to subscribe and go pay for the season subscription to this and get this file from me. So it's saying 26-19 Buffalo. This game is in Tennessee. And they're expected to win by 8, and they're only laying 3.5. It says take Buffalo. I mean, Tennessee's got a pretty good team. I think they've been off for a week or two because of the COVID problem. They might be coming. Now, the win score percentage is very low. I should have mentioned that. Look at that in comparison to all the other games except New England, which did not play. You can see that that fits up all the way down here. So even though the point projections are 8, the win strength is not saying they're going to cover. Very tough game to pick. On the money line at -185 is the only consistent play for Buffalo, but it says do not take them. Do not take them -3.5 because of this. So Buffalo has missed, a game, and Tennessee missed a game. I don't know. That might be a little screwed because they haven't played an even number of games. That might be causing the problem, but the safest play is just to take Buffalo on the money line at -185. So that's what it says. We will be back to talk about week 6 before Thursday night because I think there's a Thursday night game. Maybe it'll be Friday night football. Maybe it'll be Saturday morning football. Maybe there's going to be football on Mars. I don't know what's going to happen, but football is not just for Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays anymore, apparently. It's probably going to be that way the rest of the season. So good luck to everybody. Go Buffalo.